Good evening from InvestSharp. This is Randy Smotone with your Friday, October the 8th market update. On the economic front, the non-farm payrolls were worse than expected. They were down 95,000, but it was mostly due to government layoffs and that the private sector payrolls actually increased by 64,000. So I guess my takeaway from that was I guess the government or the stock market thought it was okay to lay off government people, I guess. Because it's obviously with the nice move today in the market, didn't seem to mind. So on there is no economic data on Monday. It is Columbus Day, holiday Monday, and the banks are closed. Stock and future markets will be open. And the dollar was down. And of course, as you can tell by the market, the dollar was down. And the gold, silver, copper, and oil were all up. It just seems like that's how it works now. So light sweet crude futures were up 99 cents to settle at $82.66 a barrel. So looking at the dollar ETF, the UUP, so we did have a little inside day here of this the little bounce we got yesterday. Over to the West Texas Intermediate Crude Point and Figure chart. We're fine here. I talked about on the futures chart probably bouncing around 80, which we did. We're holding this mark here, and then of course on the point and figure chart, so we're looking fine. We still have the same bullish price objective of 91. The point and figure charts calculate this. I don't. It's based on this pattern, how it develops. It comes up with this price objective. And so far so good on oil. I'm sure that they're increasing gas prices as we speak at the pump. Let's see. Let's take a look at the Dow. Dow closed up 57 points to 11,006. Woohoo! We haven't even got back to April's high, but hey, we got back to 11,000 anyway. So S&P closed up 7 points to 1165. Nasdaq closed up 18 points to 2401, and the Russell closed up 9 points to 693. The Russell had the larger percent gain, up 1.4%, so risk is still on. And the Dow was the weakest again today, actually, but of course it was up today 0.53%. So volume across the index ETFs, we look at, they were all average to above average. It was decent volume except for on the diamonds. The DIA had below average volume. Everybody was going for more risky stocks. So let's take a look at the Dow. Of course, we broke out above. I had this trend line up here. We've broken out higher above that, so it's looking good. And of course, we may have, let's see here, so about at the midpoint of this candle here, right about there, which we'll probably reach there today. We may have some resistance. The midpoint of this large candle could be a little resistance area here, and of course we get back up to 11,200. It's probably definitely going to be some resistance. S&P also still looks good. Keeps moving here. Nothing going on here. Getting closer to this previous high here, close to 1175 mark, which I would assume would be some resistance. I think it was about 1175, wasn't it? Man, 1173.57. So somewhere between 1175, 1180. Definitely going to have some resistance here. Nasdaq making a little bit of a higher high here over this. It's still very strong. Had a nice day today. And we'll look at the Russell. Russell, same here, same looking good. Let me get rid of some of these lines. So it had a nice bounce, still holding this, where it broke out here above this this trend line. Gold, GLD. So we had that outside bearish reversal day on GLD and on gold, silver yesterday, and now we had just an inside day. Obviously, wasn't too bad of a move, but we're just it's still inside that, so I'm not sure what's going to happen there yet. I have to wait. Silver actually had a pretty nice percentage move, but again, inside day of this large bearish candle, so we'll have to wait to see how that sets up. Copper just, they bought the dip here in copper. It touched some support here at 49, and even though it's kind of heavier selling, and less volume today, but they just bought it right back up. Euro got a little bounce, little inside day of the previous day's candle. Volatility index, still same thing, still in this wedge. So, is it going to break to the downside or is it going to break to the upside out here? remains to be seen. Let's look at the XLF. Financials still struggling today, but it's still holding up. XLF still hanging in here. MACD's kind of mostly sideways, just hanging out. So still keeping an eye on the financials. Let's go take a look at the McClellan oscillator. Look at the NYSE McClellan. Right, so we're at 2147. So we're still pretty neutral. We're not overbought. We're not oversold. Let's take a look at the NASDAQ as well today. Same, right, same area. So again, we definitely have plenty of room. We can actually go higher, pull back. We're staying in a pretty tight range here on the McClellan oscillator. Hasn't been moving a whole lot. Let's take a look at the sectors. 11 of the 11. I think I wrote that down wrong. Sorry. 15 of 16 sectors we follow finished in the green. The oil index, service index, had the biggest percent gain, up 1.64%. And the bank index was the weakest, down 0.17%. So it's the only one that's negative. So the banks are still struggling here. And of course, now they've got this, Bank of America, and I think, JP Morgan Chase is doing it too. And they've got all this mortgage foreclosure mess going on that probably might be holding them back a little bit as well. So, and putting a freeze on them and etc. So we'll see. But I don't know. I keep thinking these banks are just kind of bottoming, and they're slowly going to start getting. If the market runs higher, then the banks are going to have to start coming along with it. Just all right. So let's go over. Take a look at. Of course, on Fridays, I don't do a chart watch, so I don't do, no chart watch on Fridays. I will post my weekly watch list on Sunday evening, but we'll go over and take a look at some more point and figure charts here. Let's go take a look at gold. Gold looking good. Bullish price objective on gold right now is $1,770 an ounce. So we're right here. So gold still looks fine, even though it had that outside bearish reversal. We'll have to wait and see what happens, if it's going to pull back more or not. Silver, bullish price objective on silver, $29 an ounce. We're right here. We had a pretty significant breakout right through here on silver. So it's still holding up fine. Copper, $4.20, $4.20 an ounce. So still looks fine. We're right here. Copper's still moving right along, holding up very well. And of course, nat gas, which is near worthless. That's point in time. So, which I expect that to change. It still amazes me that we were up here at 16. We're down here now. So, has a bearish price objective of $1.50. So it doesn't mean we'll get there, but that's what the point and figure chart has a calculator right now. So we're right around here. We're at $3.60. All right. So let's look at current market signals. We follow the point and figure charts for the Dow, NASDAQ, and S&P. So there's no changes here. All of these are still on buys. All looking good. In fact, we'll go look at, since we have time today, we'll go ahead and look at the point figures on. So here on the Dow, bullish price objective. So we're right here. We printed another new box today. Just slowly continue to climb higher. S&P, bullish price objective of 1,410. We're still right here. Haven't moved as much. NASDAQ, bullish price objective 2,870. And, we're up against a prior level, which can be resistance here, because when we break out here, we're going to have a triple top breakout. So NASDAQ is at a level of resistance. It would help if I could talk. So we'll be watching for that going into Monday. So we'll see how that, if the triple top breakout would be printing 2,410. We need to print this next box. And looking at the Russell, bullish price objective on the Russell is 815. Printed some more boxes today, and of course, obviously the Russell's been real strong and holding up fine. All right, that is it for today. Have a great weekend, and thanks for watching.